G'day there guys, just want to do a quick rundown on the V8 supercar for you guys. For those who have not driven it before or have no idea what it is, I'm going to try and give you a few pointers for it, a little bit of information about the car, and hopefully it will help you guys have a bit of a drive here, because this thing is fun. As an Australian, I'm legally obligated to say that. But I thought I'd just run down a little bit of the stats here for you guys. So, the engine in this car is a 5-litre V8 naturally aspirated engine. Yeah, it makes out about 645 brake horsepower, which is also 480 kilowatts, and it runs at a 10:1 compression ratio and a 7,500 RPM rev limit. It does 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds. That's kilometers, by the way, not miles. I don't know what that is in miles. It's got a sequential box in here, so it makes fluffy paddles and sequentials much easier to drive. It also, for the weight of this thing, these things are heavy. It has a 410 kilogram, or if you're doing Imperial, 3,108 pound minimum weight. So these things are big, heavy bricks. And to make it even more fun to drive, it has a locked rear diff. So that makes these things absolute monstrosities. And honestly, as I've said it before, these are sort of like the Australian NASCAR, except we don't just do left turns. Now I'm going to try and explain how to do a few laps on this track. A few things beforehand. These cars are very twitchy on the throttle. After all, locked rear diffs, they get rather upset. And on your first lap, do not push it at all. You'll see very quickly. If you're trying to punt in the throttle, you'll just spin every time. Now, a few more things. You want to brake earlier than you think, and you want to downshift later than you think. If you downshift too early, it will throw the rear end out. Sort of like what happens if you downshift too early in one of the NASCARs, it throws the rear end away. So take it easy for your first lap or two, get used to the car, get used to the track. After we're running the full boot version, so some people do not know it. So take some time, don't go pushing it, because the one thing you'll find with this car is if you try pushing, you'll just spin every time. So just relax, man, just do a few laps. As you can see, you'll be able to see my inputs in the bottom. I am, like I said, not the best driver at all. You'll be able to, if you've got any basic level of competence, you probably have a good chance of beating me, no matter what Paul says. I'm just doing his first lap to get the tyres warmed up. So you got to be very careful with the throttle. And I will also suggest you want to short shift for your first few laps, because up in higher revs, that rear end gets really tail happy, especially in second gear. Third gear is a little less so, but it is still there, so just play it careful. And a lot of the race is going to be just play careful, don't make mistakes, as I just make one right now, god damn it. Just gotta play it safe, and don't make big mistakes, and if you make it to the end of the race, congrats. There should also be a pit stop in this for fuel, at least. You may want to take tyres with that, that's your choice. Alright, let's try and explain a lap as I go around. Oh dear, everyone hold your breath. So, careful on the throttle, power out. Now, like I said, you want to brake earlier than you think. I'd suggest braking well before the 300 sign until you know where your braking zones are. You notice that the car gets very unhappy under braking. It will try and lock up, it will try and spin, you got to try and get it just right. Like all cars in this track, you have to, sacrifice the first corner and make the next two corners good. It's sort of a standard thing in Watkins. Anyone who's driven this section knows that well. Even then I managed to screw it up, so yay. Once again, just let that big V8 just pull us along. Now, you can go in pretty hard on this. One thing I also forgot to mention is you probably want to keep your braking zones as straight as possible, but you can do a bit of trail braking. It's not impossible, just that you won't be getting as much braking out of it, obviously. And easily power out. Now this corner I'll never get right, so don't look at me for this corner. I can't I can't teach you how to do it right. Power. Now this corner here is also a monster. My suggestion for your first few laps at least, go down to second gear, and when you're about to leave, short shift to third and then power out. If you stay in second, you'll see exactly why I suggest going to third for now. You're gonna have to learn this car, and this car is a bit of a monster. Same thing here, but you can actually stay in second here as long as you're careful with the throttle. Same thing with this corner as well. You can go in second, you can stay in second, but if you're not sure, short shift back to third. And the reason why I go to second is because the engine braking can really help. There is quite a bit of it, to be honest. Whoop, and I missed this corner up. That's alright. And you got to be careful on your exit every time. Don't just punt the throttle, build up it until you know you can put your foot down. You can get some pretty boss slides in these things if you push it too hard. But then again, you know, you have to then save it every time. It is not really slower, but I can promise you, your arms will get tired and you'll get really scared with yourself. But yeah, I'm going to do a few fast laps. I'll probably cut the recording for that here and show a video of a actual proper lap separately. But yeah, just take your time with it. The car has a lot of weight, it has a lot of power, and it will buck you any chance it has. So just play it safe, especially in the race. Remember, your braking zones are miles long. So be careful if you try to dive someone. Alright guys, I'll hopefully see you in the next video where I explain, well, I do it at full speed. Alright, goodbye guys.